Well, welcome back to another season of Te Akau TV. I'm joined by Te Akau racing manager Reese Trumper. Reese, how's the winter treated you?
Good to see you, Hazy. Look, it's been really cold actually. We had a freezing cold morning this morning, but all the good horses are coming out now, and it's certainly worth it.
Excellent. And you had a couple of weeks over in Europe at some point there as well?
Yeah, had a really great holiday. Saw some sights I've never seen before, so it was really good, and I came back fresh.
Awesome. And what a season it was last year. So 203 winners, 33 group enlisted, over $8 million of stakes, and of course Imperator has picked up that Group 1 there in Australia. So all round a magnificent year and a feat that may never be accomplished in New Zealand racing again.
Exactly. It was great to be a part of it all. Mark's an absolute champion and deserved every winner he got. He treats all the staff and horses fairly, and it was great, and it was so good to be a part of the team for it.
Awesome. And of course, there's been a few big changes in store. So Sam Burgeson's obviously been appointed in training partnership with Mark this season.
Yes, and Sam's the absolute champion. He was pretty much the backbone for Te Akau last season, and he's certainly doing the job already. He just had another winner at Riccarton, so I think that's 36 winners this season, so we're off to a flyer.
Fantastic. And of course, the other exciting news is that Te Akau's announced the satellite stable set up there in Cranbourne in Melbourne, Victoria. So it's still very much early days there. Ben Gleason's been appointed as the assistant trainer to run the barn over there. He seems like a good young chap, and the first horses, well, I guess Imperatrice will be going over there in the not too distant future.
Yes, I was lucky enough to meet Ben last week, and he's a true champion. A lot of knowledge, and he's going to be great for our stable over there. And yes, Imperatrice heads over, and hopefully she can fly the New Zealand and Te Akau flag high.
Absolutely. And some lovely performances there at Taupo yesterday. Just the one winner with Quintessa. Good to see On the Bubbles come back and run on there from the back. And What You Wish For was also pretty good there, just going down closely to the good Solidify as well. But it was also good to see the group enlisted races there yesterday. What did you make of some of those trials?
Aromatic surprised us a lot. She trialled up just fair at Te Rapa on the first. So we thought she'd be wanting a lot of ground quite quickly, but she trialled up really strongly over 1100. So she'll head to Hawke's Bay in the weight for age. She's a chance if it's wet for sure over that trip, and she'll get the blinkers back on. And the way she ended her season, if she can kick off like that, she won't be far away from winning Group 1. Tokyo Tycoon, he was good. He was just up against weight for age horses. Once the race day comes back, he'll be on song. We were going nowhere with Dynastic. He was trialling the same, but he managed to win the Sir Colin Meads Trophy fresh up. So those horses know when it's race day. And Romance in the Moon was a lot better. She's going the right way, and Imperatrice, we're thrilled with her. She's coming up so well, and hopefully we can pick up a Group 1 or 2 in Melbourne early on.
Absolutely. And she kicks off there, I think, on the 9th of September in the McEwen Stakes at Moonee Valley over 1,000 metres, which will be a pretty strong field as well. Well, let's kick into it there at Te Rapa on Saturday. So we're going to have a look at race 7 first, the Drossen 1200 rating 65 benchmark. We've got Savoir Faire, draws barrier 2 with Niranjan Palmer on board.
He's a beautiful looking animal. He handles the wet ground, what will help him. He actually ran third on a wet track in the Waikato Guineas. It was over 2,000, but last year in his first start, he ran over 1,200 and ran home really strongly for third. So he can do it fresh up, and being still in the 65 grade is ideal for him. He'll get a cozy run and just in behind the speed, hopefully. He doesn't sometimes have the best barrier manners, but Palmer gets on with him really well. And as long as he's hitting the line strongly, we'll be happy.
And race 8, the Group 2 Waikato Stud Foxbridge Plate, weight for age over 1,200 metres. Brando, top of the book there with the highest rating of 102, draws out wide there in barrier 17. He really finished last season off really strongly.
Certainly going the right way too. His work on Thursday morning was terrific. Opie was absolutely thrilled with him. He said he's absolutely flying. He has drawn obviously the widest, but towards the back end of his season, last season when he started winning, we were riding him quiet and letting him run home. I don't think he's as sharp as what he was 2 years ago to win over 1200 sort of thing now, but on a wet track, it'll certainly bring him into it more. But as long as he's hitting the line strongly like Prix de Fer a couple of years ago, runs like that, would be happy going forward to Hawke's Bay.
Great. And the Waikato stud trained mare Skew Whiff, she had a really strong end to the season as well. Of course, she ran a close second to Legato there on Boxing Day, and then was twice Group 1 placed in the Levin Classic, and then the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. And she came up and out and trialled really well the other day, beating home Maven Bell there on the 1st of August.
She's come back and developed into a lovely 4-year-old mare. She had a good break and did really well. She's strengthened up nicely in her trial. Obviously, on the first, we didn't have the idea of running her in the Foxbridge because she's still down in the ratings, but she's going that well that we put her in, and she's drawn a lovely barrier. She handles the wet ground, so she ticks all the boxes for us, and Opie's been happy with her work. He's obviously wasting to ride her, but she's certainly worth it. She's going well.
Excellent. And race 10, the Tavachi 1400 rating 75 benchmark, up right up the top of the page. We've got Soprano Supreme for Fortuna Racing, draws barrier 1 with the apprentice Jessica Allen, claiming 3 kilos.
Yeah, obviously the 1400 is going to be too slick for her as well, but you've got to start somewhere. She is a very genuine and honest mare to us. As long as she's hitting the line well off a soft run, we'll be really happy with her.
Great, and that wraps up the runners there at Te Rapa. At Manawatu at Awapuni, we've got just the one runner there in race 3, the Pave Masters 1100. 3-year-old set weight and penalties. Star of Justice, the filly by Justify, has shown a bit at the trials race.
Yeah, she just took a little while to learn everything, but the penny's starting to drop with her now. She gets through the wet ground, and being a good prize money race with no horses that have won races in it, she looks ideally placed in it. Joe's back from his holiday, and he's going really well for the team, and he deserves a shot on her. And Opie actually has a share in her, so it'll be good if she goes all right.
Hopefully we can see that smile once again with a winner there on Saturday. And then over to the home track at Matamata on Sunday, we kick off there in race number 2, the Colchester Engineering Limited maiden 20-50 metres. Time is King draws barrier 1 with Michael McNabb, and Moon Rocket draws barrier 11 with Warren Kennedy on board.
Time is King, he ran a really nice race on debut when running third. Then he just went okay. He spelled well and trolled up nicely. The 1050 will suit him. We're pretty keen to have Michael on, and he'll get a soft run from that trip, and being early on in the day drawing where he's drawn, which should be ideal for him. And hopefully he can have a bold showing. Moon Rocket, he's done really well at the trials. Warren was thrilled with his trial at Te Rapa on the first. 1,000 metres looks ideal for him off his pedigree, and from that wide draw, we'll probably just have to take him back from there and get a bit of cover, but there's no reason why he's not running on and being in the finish.
Nice one. And race 3 there, the Fairview Motors Matamata maiden 1200. This horse, owned by Windsor Park stud Valentine, had a bit of a rap on himself early. I remember he went to Ruakaka and did a few things wrong. He comes back into the new season, drawn wide here, but has trialled well.
Yeah, he's run second to Pinion early on, so he's got the ability for sure, and he's a beautiful looking horse. Just the wet track, he did handle it at Te Rapa, but I think he'll be more improved once he gets onto better ground. But you've got to start somewhere, and he's going all right, this horse, for sure. And
race 6, the Right Way Builders, rating 65 benchmark. We've got Melbourne Bay there, drawn barrier 10 for Fortuna Racing with Naranjan Palmer on board.
If he can get back into the form that he was in last year this time, he should be winning this race. The horse does have ability. He does have his issues, though, but we've got on top of that at the moment. As long as he doesn't get too far off them, I think he certainly looks a winning chance in this race for sure, having won at Matamata previously and liking wet ground.
Great. And race 7, the AP goal and registered valuers rating 75 benchmark. A couple that we've been going over the sticks in recent starts, the Mighty Spa and Prismatic lineup here, both with apprentices on board.
The Mighty Spar's freshened up really nicely since the Hawke's Bay hurdle. He's actually been a bit of a handful in the colt barn, but he's going well. He's drawn nice enough barrier. He doesn't have the best barrier manners, so he'll get back from that draw, but there's no reason why he couldn't be running over the top of them because he does have the flat ability. He was running fourth in a Hawke's Bay Cup in April, so there's no reason why he can't be in amongst it. And Prismatic, he should have been winning a flat race a couple runs ago at Hastings as well. He's certainly got plenty of ability, and it doesn't surprise us if he was to be right up amongst the finish. The plan with both of those horses is to get them down to the South Island and try and get them into the Jericho Cup. So we'll have a crack anyway.
Nice. That'll be an interesting wee campaign up to Melbourne, of course, for the Jericho Cup. So, race best bet for the weekend.
Probably top 3 skew whiffed in the Foxbridge Plate. I think that's very good value. That.
Excellent. Well, there you go. And I guess as we lead into the next week, we're at Wanganui there. I think the Wanganui Guineas are on and the first 2-year-old race of the season. Can you give us a bit of a steer on how the 2-year-olds are going? I've seen a number win trials, and it looks like we've got a pretty strong team.
In all honesty, these are the best 2-year-olds I've worked with at Te Akau. They've brought absolute quality this year, and it's shown at the trials they've ever won or run second. So it's really good times ahead for us all. Yep.
Are there a couple there that you can get us to keep an eye out for as well?
Look, we've got a filly called Bellatrix Star. It was the first one we brought at Karaka this year. Dave brought it for John Galvin, a Star Witness filly. She's an absolute machine. And then the 2 colts that Dave brought from Magic Millions, the Schnitzel and the I'm Invincible, they've both trialled up really well, and they're our colt syndicate this year, and it looks so good. And then there's also a Zusane filly in the filly syndicate that won at Te Rapa, and she's in a filly syndicate with a Ridden Tycoon that is an absolute bull. And if anyone wanted to be a part of that, there's still, I think, 2 shares involved left there.
Well, thanks for that, Race, and thanks for your time today, and we'll catch you in the not too distant future, but good luck for the weekend, and we'll catch you again soon.
Cheers, Hazy. Thank you.